Hi there Aries, thank you for joining me for your monthly forecast for January and welcome to the new year. And this year begins with a real big emphasis in the sign of Sagittarius, which of course is your sister fire sign. Sagittarius for you is about exploration. It's about also, with Saturn in this location, being very aware of information and facts and knowledge. But Venus, the planet of love and affection, is also in this beautiful location right at the start of this new year. Now this means that you could burst into 2016 really up for some variety, particularly around your social situation. On the 2nd, Mercury also moves out of Sirius, Capricorn, and moves briefly into Aquarius, very friendly location for this talk and thought influence. It's going to be there through to the 10th, but then, due to a rewind, is going to step backwards into Capricorn. Now, the friendly part of this month's influence is going to be really much more to the fore in the latter part of the month. But there is some other influences at the start of the month that I need to explain to you. Not least the location of your ruler Mars, which shifts itself on the 4th into the deep and passionate energies of Scorpio. Now Mars in this location will give you a much greater need to satisfy your desires. But some of your desires may not be particularly conscious as you hear this forecast. But as the next following 6 weeks from the 4th go on, you may be surprised by what sparks up your fascination. It could be around an individual, it could be around a business venture you have, it may be around just enjoying buying a big ticket item if you can afford it. But some kind of gratification is almost always going to be part of Mars's transit through the sign of Scorpio, at least for you. So that's the picture as this month begins. But Jupiter, the planet of expansion, which is in a very practical location, is also going to be tracking backwards this month from the 8th and will do so for 4 months. So when it comes to precision, it is going to be important, especially around your worldly aims, to be very much on the ball. And with Saturn in the part of your scope to do with knowledge, and of course Venus is here too, as much as you may gain new information, it's how you process it and disseminate it and use it which is going to be important. You may find that the desire to make a change in your career is very much to the fore, or if something has been in process, this can be really driving you on, and you may find your contacts with other people are key to this. There is also a full moon which occurs on the 10th in Capricorn, which can give you the platform to forward your ambitions, but it's angling sharply to the rather restless energies of Uranus in your sign. Now Uranus and Pluto are continuing to clash for the first 3 months of this year. So if you're still trying to make that blend between being an individual but finding just the right role in terms of your worldly activities that you feel comfortable with, that allows you the expression you need, yet at the same time is interesting and stimulating, but brings in the money to keep you in home and hearth, that can still be something that this new moon asks you to confront. And there may still be some work and some adaptation and flexibility that's required. And with Mercury tracking backwards from the 10th through to the 25th in the sign of Capricorn, and in the last 2 weeks of this month itself going side by side with Pluto, and therefore obviously clashing with Uranus, there are going to be some bumps in the road, I feel. It's not necessarily going to go all as you want. But you do have one amazing asset this month, because Mars in Scorpio is going to forge a really quite beautiful link from the 11th to the 25th with Neptune. And if you do find a situation is rather frustrating or difficult, the thing to do, I think, Aries, is to step back and to cut someone a little bit of slack. Be a little bit more compassionate in your approach, and you may be surprised at the rewards it brings. This aspect also suggests that anything you do which can gain you as an individual if you do things that can help other people to gain as well, it will come out in your favour ultimately. So a little bit of self-sacrifice can be good amongst the ambition. However, on the 21st, while the sun's then moving into Aquarius, there is a Leo full moon on the 23rd. For you, it may be that your friendship and social situation comes calling, but I do feel that your professional interests are still going to be very much soaking up a lot of your attention and energies. There is also the role of Venus, because Venus is going to go side by side with Saturn, strict Saturn, at the start of week 2, but then forges a brilliant link with Uranus towards the end of that week, suggesting that a frank discussion may be necessary in your love life, or you may encounter someone who challenges you in some ways but excites you at the same time. But by the end of the month, you're certainly being encouraged, particularly once Mercury starts to go forwards on the 25th, to find your voice, to try to engage with people and try to find common territory. But it is a month when ambitions are going to be to the fore, knowledge, perhaps a desire for new interests or new variety, but you have to make it all work. It can't really be all on your terms. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.